It's always nice to have a place to take my hat and my shoes off at night, but my lifestyle doesn't exactly cover the cost of even having this luxury, this car. So I have to be thankful for being able to use it now while it's still in good working property. I like to think of it as how a pioneer might live by horse and buggy. Just having a nice buggy to sleep in at night and traveling around. Um, I mean that must be nice. But I have to think, I have to travel longer distances to be able to get food and water, um, and maybe comfortable conditions, like if it's windy out or cold or too hot and sunny. I want to look for either shade or some kind of wind block or something like that. If I lived in a like a canvas covered type of wagon, I believe they even had like full wooded wagons, but you'd want it as light as possible. Um, but I don't think they needed to travel as far to get the things they needed because animals were quite plentiful, although there were times where they were pretty spread out, and it could be hard to get an animal to kill and eat. Um, there was talk about how hunting was difficult in certain places, and it was a joy to see a buffalo rush at times, but those were not guaranteed all the time. The way it sounded, a lot of early settlers needed to bring like dried grains with them to cook on the way, and that's another benefit that they could enjoy. They didn't have to worry about laws against cooking and an open campfire. They're cooking their food. They didn't have to really worry so much about hunting. Um, I read that some brought some hives, some beehives with them. Some probably brought chickens, and they used their oxen to pull the carts, or they whipped the the oxens to stick with the herd as they moved along, as they traveled around. Um, I don't have all of that. It's just that kind of stuff is not available. That's why food stamps and having this nice car are luxuries. 'Cause I just can't fish whenever I feel like it's for whatever's out there. There's size limits and regulations for spawning areas, um, and I can't hunt. There's just a lot of things that are prevented compared to the pioneer. Exploration just isn't the same these days. I have to pretty much look like I have to blend in with the natives in the local cities as best I can, but it's not exactly easy on such a low budget. I have trouble keeping myself clean. I have trouble keeping my clothes clean because if I really wanted to look great all the time, I would be dead broke. I still have at least a little bit of emergency money that I don't touch. It has to be an absolute emergency. Pretty much, if this car breaks down, that money would have to go into the repair of whatever needs to be done. Um, but I can't spend money on luxuries, and neither could the pioneers when they moved around. They probably were a little dirty, and just their clothes are probably tattered. There was talk about, even in the Civil War times, people ran around barefoot. My shoes are like falling apart. I have to look out for a lot of glass. People like to smash glass all over. That probably wasn't so much of a problem in the pioneer days, but they did have jagged rocks they had to deal with. Um, But yeah, this is like my cart. This is like my wagon and a horse and buggy type of thing, and I'm thankful for it.